welcome back to what can only be described as more magical girl fun time. And considering that it is animated and by Shaft, and the first episode really putting up some impressive imagery for me, I don't really know what to expect. The backgrounds are quite nice, if barren and confusing sometimes. And this alternate world of... what is the main danger here? Other than, of course, new transferred classmates. I guess only time will tell. But fortunately, it's going to be a fun time finding out. So whether you're a new first-time round watcher of this series and are going along with me, or a long-time fan, let's watch some more Madoka Magica. Starting off strong, I guess, giving us a transformation sequence immediately again. Okay, it's a quick rundown of when they ran into her. But hopefully the contracts formed with this Cube isn't quite like the contracts we've seen in other shows. Predominantly another magical girl thing that's on this channel. I mean, after the recent times that she's had, I'm not surprised that she's been having slightly strange dreams. I do wonder, though, what kind of tale this entire thing is. And of course, as the comment section have rightly stated, coming at this from a contemporary standpoint, knowing where the entire genre and whatnot has, well, ballooned into, tropes and all, I'm not getting the full experience of someone when this first released. So I am interested to see what this birthed, I guess. But as I've already stated, I do like the art style of it all, especially the extra line work being done on the main character. Morning routine with mother again. However, be careful, make sure you don't make your parents worry. I do like the infinite mirror, though, that we're seeing. Yeah, okay, that answered the next question I was about to have. Is no one going to bring up the fact she's brought home a pet? It's meticulously decorated. Makes my house feel a little inadequate. I think I've got the bare minimums when it comes to decorations and homeliness. It's just a matter of time before they are pulled into this world. Okay, what does the soul gem... So without the soul gem, they themselves, what, are no longer a magical girl? Or worse? This has come before or after the whole magical girl routine? is there a cooling off period as well? Immortality? That might be nice. Okay. And I guess that's a good trade-off. You get a wish granted and you have to work for it. But is there a limit on how grand the wish can be? Yep. That's an answer I would have expected, yeah. Make my personal life a little bit easier. The issues in their current predicament in life. Oh, now she's got grand ambitions. She'll push everyone out that is standing in her way. Then, which is a... Okay, I was going to say from base desires, but okay, curses work as well. And why would... Well, I guess, I was about to say, why would anyone want to be a witch? I guess they are those that were just kind of fighting against the world, feeling as though it let them down. There was definitely a situation or two in my life where I could have felt like that. Due to the tireless work of... I was going to say tireless work of magical girls keeping them at bay. And is there an easy way for them to tell when or where these barriers start to break and the two worlds collide? Just how grandiose of a wish are you going to make, knowing your life could be on the line? As a job placement, a little improv trial period of Magical Girl, if you wish. I mean, if no one else could see him, then what's the big problem? Well, that is until someone can see him, in which case all cover is blown immediately. Please don't pry into my mind. You won't like what's in there. So, Cube is a glorified private server walkie-talkie. They're just really good friends. Really good friends. Oh, how fast rumors could spread. Please don't say anything that could get misconstrued. You're leaving your bag behind. So distraught at the thought of two girls at leaving your personal belongings behind. There's a lot of empty seats there. Is there need for mechanized desks like that? Well, with so many witnesses. She joined in on the conversation. So she's got a 24/7 direct line to them. Couldn't, just in case, Cube stay with, the other girl? What kind of life did she lead to make her so... to make her so quick to anger, quick to action, so antagonistic? Well, life is never... Oh, okay. Easy. There's a bounty board for witches. So, do witches, are they just hunted for being witches? Or do they have to do something to earn their place of ire? She'll take the fool here. Have to explain to the school principal. She's not taking notes. You can really tell who's the more studious out of them. Oh. I wonder if her attention is elsewhere right now. Can we put it off until later? There's no need to rush into things. Plus, is it like a monkey's paw? You gotta be really specific with your wish. Kind of defeats the whole point of risking your life for being a magical girl if that is the case, though. Most? How many... At least they're quick to admit it. How many magical girls are there / have there been? For that statement of most, answer immediately. I'm rather content with my life. Don't think I'd make a wish so grand that it would cause personal danger to myself. Yeah, maybe I haven't lived on the line, known what it is to really fail. Or maybe I have, I just don't notice. So why is this opportunity given to her? Has she got some sort of imposter syndrome? Well, not in class, so... And she knows she's there as well. This is just a friendly get-together. They can invite them to lunch. I mean, maybe if you explain things out from your point of view as well, rather than be kind of aloof and mysterious about it. Is it a case of if you mention out loud it won't come true kind of thing? Are there some questions you shouldn't ask? There are some stiff handles to be up like that. Just the two of you again? Not sneaking off somewhere, are you? Is she just upset because they're not inviting her? A rain check, maybe tomorrow. I wasn't expecting the high flute just now. The rather medieval aspect to this music. A taser. Oh, that makes more sense. Is it something you should be wielding like that in the middle of a crowded cafe or a cafeteria like this? She's thinking of the important things, you know. But is it something you design? At least she's trying. I do like no other show I can even think of has that bit where they actually do the background work like this. Risk of our lives, danger around every corner, but gotta put the fashion design in. At the risk of losing those two, which might have, as it seems to be, getting great allies out of it. This is a very kind of Monogatari aspect of that shrinking background but going nowhere. That's German, isn't it? Someone going through a tribute stage, writing all that, trying to make some sort of fancy-sounding curse, maybe. Or maybe the area really just has fallen from high. Let's hope that isn't anyone we know. Something close. So it, kind of acts as a distance detector, but not really much of a compass. Good thing they were here. Do you have a net or anything? Yes, apparently. I mean, considering she was on the top of the building, it could have been a lot worse, but not on screen long enough for me to be able to catch that. And my GCSE level German really not pulling through for me. Okay, I do like this kind of idea of being like a persona. What are they called? Like castles, dungeons, whatever it was. You got to break through into the area. Why does it have a mustache? Also, I do like the kind of slightly strange Monty Python-esque imagery of the creatures, where it looks like cutouts from magazines and whatnot. I mean, one of them has a bat. What about her? Maybe she can wield Kyubey as a weapon. I also do like the coin sounds of it as well. Like, you're destroying monsters, you get victory rewards after the battle. Creating a barrier? Is that to force them back so that it can't get... Was that necessary? I guess to get its attention. It gives me like a fucking Alice in Wonderland vibe with all the roses for some reason. But in a good way to show off, I guess. Have a forefront and center like this. She lost focus. This is all going to expectations. Well, let's hope this strong front doesn't come back to bite her in the future. It's a weird and cool design. They say overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. That was neat. So, okay, now that's just showing off. Now you got a victory pose of pulling out a cup of tea. And defeating the boss of the area collapses. Collapses the area. Can they repurpose it? So if you go too long, it starts... It deteriorates? Does it get corrupted? How nice to share equipment like this. This conversation wasn't too bad, you know, a sentence and a half at least. I mean, true, she was a bit antagonistic the first time off, but was trying to give genuine advice not to get them dragged into all of this, so it was just misunderstood. Okay. Does remember a brief and sudden episode of psychosis. You might want to see a therapist. This is what it means to be a magical girl. Not only saving the day, defeating the monsters, but being that comforting shoulder for those that need it. I mean, it's nice to... I thought she was writing a diary or something. gotta get that fashion degree. Think of what comes after the whole magical girl experience. Once the world has been cleaned of all this grief. I do like that they're trying to set up this Homura as like the other side, the ones they're fighting up against, but it's not in a malicious kind of way. Maybe misunderstood, and they're going about they might have the same goals, just going about it in different ways. I really need to figure out what's going on behind that, but it'll probably be explained in 8 episodes' time. And how long is it before their little third wheel is brought into all of this, considering how much trouble they've caused for her so far? That is an odd design work there, but I kind of... I like parts of it. The art style isn't quite for me. Also, is that a Mad Max reference? As other shows have done, mixing the real world with the magical, seeing where things will go, but also just having normal school days mixed into the middle of it all. Really getting me invested, especially when it's so visually artsy. I like things when it pushes the art style a bit. I like things when it goes a little experimental. This is a little experimental. But it's not too experimental as to be absurdist, even though it is. It's a tough line sometimes, but actually being able to see what's going on, to understand it all, without getting lost in the motion and the artsiness of it. I think they've got a massive area to really grow into in the terms of designs for all this kind of witch world. Or you've got to have some vague imagery to flowers and butterflies and some weird eyes and stuff, and there you go. Sorted. You can put it into any sort of biblically accurate seraphim you want. And much like a lot of other shows, I think, some misunderstandings maybe, but there's a lot of very close friendships amongst girls. I mean, is that to be expected when you throw a bunch of people who are very close-knit into high tense, high stress situations where danger lurks around every corner? You've got to find some comfort somewhere. This show is... I don't know way better to explain, because it's going kind of slow. It's gently easing us into it, while also not, I guess. Showing us the world, kind of explaining magical girls, the wishes, the witches, the ideas of wanting something and having to give it in return, even if that thing is your life, potentially. But is it a foregone conclusion? Is it a contract with very small fine print that you really need to read? All wrapped up in a nicely presented bow? Or am I drawing false conclusions just based on current understanding and knowledge in other shows I've watched, which are poisoning the well of what I'm thinking I get from this? Is it a happy-go-lucky with some, yes, I already know, some rather dark situations? Or is it from the get-go more of a in-look on psychology and whatnot? I guess a pretty pink bow and a nice dress would make up for anything. how many random civilians are going to be dragged into all of this. How do they get the witch's kiss as was prescribed? Will they always be there to save them at opportune moments? Or are they going to suffer their own share of failures and heartbreak for not being able to save people? That would be interesting to throw at them. Obviously a little early right now, but further on down the line. But I feel so much can be sorted out if people just use their words a little better, if they weren't so withheld, if this Homura is trying to help them in her own way. Why are you being so standoffish about it? Surely it's difficult and people might not have listened to you in the past. But if you don't explain yourself, it's going to be, well, why are you so antagonistic, you bitch? There's no real need for that. Well, I'm not going to listen to what you say. And I did have a question about Cube, but it was also answered in this episode, so I didn't get to ask it, essentially. So if it talks through its mind, telepathically, why does it have a mouth? Ah, yes, so it can eat lunch, as we saw it being fed. I do wonder, is each episode going to start off with the mother having a little, mother-daughter moment while doing daily morning routines? Would be nice. Give a little hard center to it all so we can ground ourselves. This show has a lot going on. Some interesting music choices. As I already stated several times, the art is quite lovely. Both in its kind of experimental stuff and just line art and whatnot of what it was all I've already mentioned several times. But also just some of the aspects it's getting at. I like that it's somewhat obscure and obtuse. Maybe it's because I've been playing a lot of Expedition 33 recently, and it's that kind of odd narrative storytelling stuff. I'm kind of getting this from the witch world and everything. Well, only time will tell. So if you've enjoyed it, if I've entertained you, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel. But most importantly, make sure you take care of yourselves. Get some rest. So I can see you in the next one. Wonder what my costume design would be.